Hey everybody, it's Rafael Cintron here. How are you? Thank you for being here live with me. I want to show you a very effective tool that you can use on your Shopify store or your e-commerce business to really write anything you like. You want to write the product page, you want to write maybe Facebook ads, Google ads, maybe you want to venture into TikTok ads. I know it's a new fashion now. A lot of people want to learn TikTok ads or other sources of advertising, maybe YouTube ads as well. I'm going to show you a tool that has made me personally a lot of money, has made our students a lot of money. And I want to show you how to use it. And we can use it here. Typically during these lives, I'm planning to do a live pretty much every week, once a week, like this, with questions and helping you and making sure that you really get answers to the questions that you have here on the YouTube channel. Obviously, they're not as in-depth or really complete as in the mentorship, but here there are a lot. You can get a lot of answers to your questions, help with anything you need. So if you have absolutely any questions, just let me know down in the chat, and we're going to make it interactive. So I'm actually going to show you the tool, and I'm going to ask you for your product names, for your maybe niches, the things that you are selling, so that we can make it very relevant to you. So let's get started. I'm going to start sharing my screen here. All right, awesome. I think you can see it. Let me make sure that everybody can see my screen. I think everybody can see my screen, just making sure. Just turning down the volume here. Yep, okay, everybody can see my screen. Yeah, there is a Q&A in this training as well, so you can ask any questions you like. So this is the particular tool. It is called Conversion AI. I've talked about it quite a bit, and I want to show you the different things that we can do with this particular tool and also actually do it with you here. So I want you to tell me what product you're selling, maybe the niche that you're in, and we can do an exercise here together because it is a paid tool, so I don't want you to just go and pay for it. I want to show it to you and do the exercise with you. So if you just let me know a product you're selling, a niche you're selling, an audience that you are selling to, and we can do the exercise together here. So that would be a great exercise if you can let me know what questions you have, or sorry, what products you're selling or anything like that, then I will help you out. So let's look at the questions here. Will you make about Shopify taxes? I actually have a video on Shopify taxes. You can check it out here on the channel. You can just put taxes on the channel and you'll find that video. I have a video about taxes. Let me just make sure that we got questions going in. Just let me know what product you're selling, what niche you're selling to, what kind of people you're selling to, and then we can straight dive into this particular tool. So let me just show you a couple of things that you can do with this particular tool. It is basically for writing copy, for copywriting, and doing anything you want on your Shopify store. So let's say that I want to write a Facebook ad headline, for example. So I want to write a Facebook ad headline, and let's say that I'm selling here, for example, I give this tool to my students so they can use it. But let's say that I'm selling baby products. All right, so you're selling baby products. So let's say your store is called Happy Babies, and you are selling a baby nail trimmer. I know that's a pretty cool product that's selling now. So the product description is baby nail trimmer. Helps you trim your baby's nails, easily, without pain, and without sudden crying or screaming. Can use at any age and any time, and can use at any age and any time, and it's easy to clean. All right, so let's do that. Tone of voice, you can also change the tone of voice. So for example, you have many tones of voice. You have casual, you have professional, you have witty, you have funny. So let's do professional here, just to test it. And then the examples here, you can put some examples, but you don't really need to. So what we're doing for the Facebook ad headline in particular, let's say you're running Facebook ads, want to do the company name, the product description, tone of voice, and then let's check out what this tool does for us. Okay, Baby nail trimmer, cut your baby's nails easily. What will you do if your baby's nails hurt? Say goodbye to crying and screaming. Use baby nail trimmer today. Baby nail trimmer that makes your baby sleep. This thing really works, and baby's nails are easy to trim with happy babies. I would probably take something like this. Baby's nails are easy to trim, or any baby's nails are easy to trim with happy babies. Expert nail trimmer. And you can also give it your own twist. So if the headlines don't really fit what you're selling, you can give it your own twist and create an awesome headline right there. Let's now that we created a Facebook headline, let's go create Facebook ad copy. So let's go down and add primary text. This is basically the ad copy that you're creating. And here we have the company name or product name. And let's go again and do baby nail trimmer. Product description, let's go a little bit more in depth. So this expert baby nail trimmer cuts your baby's nails easily, without pain, and quickly. Prevent screaming and potential harm to the baby that traditional nail cutters can give to your baby, can give to them. Tone of voice, you could do witty. Witty, for example, it's like funny, but in an effective way. Let's do generate AI content here. This thing is in the middle, but I'm trying to click that. I'm just gonna hide this. So let's get that. And other people are saying, I've been selling baby product. Okay, I came up with a product idea, and after I contacted some suppliers, set up the custom products, I found out that there is a huge store selling the product, and overall the competition is huge. In your case, if the competition is quite huge, that doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't tap into that market. Usually we want competition, because if there is no competition, that means there is no potential in that market. So if you see that one particular person is dominating the market, they're getting all of the sales, they're really doing the work of all of these other brands that are competing. They're basically going after the ocean, where all these people are just fighting in this little pond or this little lake. So if you jump to that level and try to compete with that big guy, usually you will have a competitive chance. You will usually have an opportunity to make sales. You will usually have an opportunity to be profitable and scale. There are some instances where, for example, there's a portable blender. This is a very popular product, and a brand called BlendJet. They absolutely dominate this market, and they destroyed all their competition. And if people want to buy a portable blender, probably they're going to go to BlendJet. In that case, not really worth competing, because there's already a brand that dominates the space. And if somebody wants to get that product, they usually get it from BlendJet. You can still compete, but it is a lot harder. Or you could just find another traffic source. So if your competitor is dominating Facebook ads, then you could do Google ads, or you could do TikTok ads, or you could do whatever other type of advertising that is not that advertising that your competitor is dominating. So I love competition. I think competition is great. It drives innovation. It pushes you to get better ideas, to think more about how can I reach other types of the market? How can I reach my audience in a more effective way than my competitor? So I think it's great. It's just, is it too much competition? Most of the cases, no, unless there's like one brand that's dominating that product. So let's go back to the baby's nails. Have you ever tried to cut your baby's nails? It's not easy, is it? You have to be careful, else they will start crying. And then there are times when you accidentally hurt them. It can get really frustrating. So this is basically trying to empathize with people that are trying to cut their baby's nails. I think that's a great ad copy, and you could use that in your Facebook advertising. Are you tired of your baby screaming every time you try to trim their nails? Too much you using here. So don't use the words you, your, you try, your baby too much in your ad copy. Instead of you or your, try using the baby. Or just say, tired of the baby screaming every time. You could use you there when you try to trim their nails. Do you feel like a bad parent because you can't get the job done right? What you can do, this is actually pretty good ad copy. Do you feel like a bad parent because you can't get the job done right? What I would do in this case is, sometimes we feel like bad parents because we can't get the job done right. You don't have to worry anymore. We're here to help. Our baby nail trimmer is easy, safe, and effective. Trim those nails with no pain or fuss for both parents and kids. Click below now to learn about our product. Click below to learn more. And this is a pretty effective ad copy, just saying you're empathizing with people. Are you tired of your baby screaming, or tired of the baby screaming every time you try to trim their nails? Sometimes we're like bad parents. So this is a pretty solid ad primary text that you can use. And this tool is not perfect. Obviously, it's artificial intelligence, conversion AI. And what it basically gives you is ideas that you can then go and edit and use with your own knowledge, with your own understanding of your own market. So obviously you need to know about your market. You can't just trust that the tool is going to do everything for you. Now let's go into more, because this definitely has a lot more than just this. So you got Facebook, you have explain it like a child or explain it to a child, which is breaking products that are very complicated into very easy to understand phrases or easy to understand particular paragraphs. And then you got the testimonial helper, which I particularly like. And when it comes to running ads, whatever type of ad you're running to your product page, social proof is extremely important. It's something that a lot of people ignore. Using testimonials, using reviews. A lot of people ask me, hey, why doesn't my page convert? Why can't I get sales? And then I look at their pages, they have no reviews. So they have a couple of reviews, and I know that that's not going to work, because social proof is extremely important, especially I've seen in the last, let's say, 12 months, ever since this whole situation around the world started, people mainly buy because of trust. Before, it was more of, okay, if it's the cheapest thing, I'm going to buy the cheapest thing. If it's, let's say, the ad is using scarcity methods or pushing people to buy, people will buy. Now it's all about, do I trust this? And I've seen that shift across e-commerce, across everything, really. Trust needs to be there. So for example, Jarvis AI testimonial helper, we could do the baby nail trimmer is the safest nail trimmer we have used. We have a newborn, and he doesn't cry when we cut his nails. Let's see what it comes up with. You can put different outputs as well, how many outputs you want. And again, I'm not just promoting the tool. I'm telling you, we're actually doing it here. Safe and easy to use. Safest nail trimmer we have used. Okay, I don't understand this, but baby nail trimmer is the safest nail trimmer we have used. Our newborn does not cry when we cut our nails with it. So this is not that great. Let's check the history here, because we'll see the history that I've used. Okay, so for example, this one. This is one of my students probably was using the tool a day ago. My students actually get access to this tool. So this one here, apart from the Jarvis AI, so here you would put just your product name. I spent years trying to find the best gardening product for my plants. So here we would put the best nail trimmer for my baby. And I finally found it. It's called whatever the name of the product. And there's not a single thing that is incredible that this incredible nail trimmer can't do. And this is also a thing that I want you to understand. A lot of these tools that are AI that teach you how to write ad copy, you have to follow the template that they use. So they usually give you like, this thing causes this, or this thing gives you this. It's just that the structure of it makes it work, and you need to input your own ideas. So from, let's say, and there is not a single thing that this incredible nail trimmer can't do. Safe and effective, all in one. It does everything I need without any of the time sink or hassle that used to be necessary for cutting my baby's nails. I don't know how I would manage these last few weeks without it. So that's something that we could use. And I spent years trying to find it. I finally found it. It's called this. There's not a single thing that this thing can't do. Safe and effective, all in one. It does everything I need without this and this. So this is a great structure that you could use for testimonials, for reviews, for anything. I spent this amount of time finding it. I found it. There's not a single thing that it can't do. It does everything I need without the objection, whatever the person is not wanting to get out of the product, or maybe the problem that they're facing right now. And I don't know how I would have managed without it. So that's a great testimonial structure that you can use there. So if you let me know other products that you're selling, we're going to check them out and do Facebook ads and do Google ads for them. So you could also use it for Google. Here, Google Ads description. You can use Google Ads headline. The main thing that I use it for is definitely the Facebook ad primary text. You got video ad or video topics, which I also use, and other different things here. So let's go again to Facebook. And if anybody could tell me what product they're selling or absolutely any questions you have for me, I am happy to answer them. So you got, how about price? If I offer the same product that the huge store sells for an affordable price. So Chris here is asking if he sells the same product that a big particular store is selling or maybe dominating in that space, does it make sense to sell it at a cheaper price? Yes, but likely you aren't going to make enough profit margin to be profitable and scale it profitably. If that person is a big store, they're selling a lot, they're scaling, it's likely that they've tried to get the lowest price possible on their products, and you're probably not going to find a lower price than them. If you do, which does happen. I had one student, for example, she was trying to compete against a pretty huge multinational brand. She found a supplier that had the product cheaper than that brand. She priced it cheaper, but the margin wasn't as good. So you're not going to make as much profit. Maybe you can't scale as well as they have. So I wouldn't ever try to be the cheapest at one particular product. That's something that I try to emphasize to my mentoring students. Don't try to be the cheapest. It's not a race to the bottom. It's not who is the cheapest. That's not what people are looking for now. After this thing that's happening around the world, what mainly people are looking at is trust, social proof. Can this thing actually do what it says? Is it going to break? So it's more about that. It's not about what is the cheapest thing I can get, because they know if I get the cheapest thing, it's probably going to break pretty quickly. That's the change in the market that I've seen recently. So let's go through other products. Let me know what product you're selling. There's 20 people here. Leave me a like down below. And if you are selling anything, just let me know what it is. We'll create a Facebook ad here. They haven't been performing as great for me since the iOS thing, but I have shipped it to other traffic platforms. Definitely. We talk about other traffic platforms as well. I'm actually working on, even though I don't really use the platform, but I know a lot of people are interested in learning about TikTok ads. I've had a lot of training on YouTube ads, Google ads, Instagram as well. So we're not just using Facebook. Facebook is typically the one that we recommend just people to start out with, not really to, let's say, use for long term, because you're having a lot of problems with products being banned on Facebook and accounts being banned. So what you do want to focus, I really want to emphasize this as well. You don't need too many traffic sources to get to the goal that you want to get. Let's say you want to get to 6 figures, 10K a month, 100K a year. You usually just do that with one winning product, 1 or 2 winning products, and 1 traffic source. My student Himanshu, he's made about 100 grand on a Shopify store, almost 200 grand at this point. 1 product, Google ads. That's it. He got banned from Facebook, created a Google ads shopping campaign with 1 product, scaled his store to almost 200,000. And a lot of people, I think, try to say, oh, let me run 5 traffic sources at the same time. Let me run Facebook, YouTube, Google, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and just see which one works. That's not what you need to be doing in the beginning. The best people that I've seen in my particular students is 1 traffic source, 1 winning product. Obviously, you need to test a lot of products, but it's always been 1 product, 1 traffic source gets you to like 7 figures. 2, 3 products, 1 traffic source or 2 traffic sources gets you to 7 figures. After that, you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can sell how many products you want, but to 6 figures, 1 product, 1 traffic source, 7 figures, 2, 3 products, 1 or 2 traffic sources. I don't want you to be doing 5 different traffic sources, because you're not going to master any of them. If you try to do 5 at the same time, the person that is doing 1 is going to beat you. They're always going to beat you because they're 100% focused on that. That's a lesson that I've tried to learn, the hard way, basically, by just testing everything out there. And I do want to emphasize that that's how you should be looking at it. I have an idea of selling a home premium bartender kit. That's a great idea. What concerns me that it can't be customizable to a point where the product is a completely different one from the same product on AliExpress. So actually, I'm going to do a Q&A now, because there's a lot of questions. I showed the tool. You can check it out if you like it later. So let's go jump into Q&A, and I'm going to answer any questions that anybody has. So you're saying that you want to sell a premium bartender kit. It can be customizable, whereas completely different from the same product on AliExpress. When you're starting to sell, when you're starting to advertise a product, your goal should not be to make it as customizable as possible, unless you're trying to sell a very high-end product. If you are trying to sell a product at maybe less than $100 to $300, $500, so not super high ticket, but not also super low ticket, your goal should not be to make it customizable. It should just be to make that first idea work. So if that first idea works, then you go and you explore the customizable aspect. A lot of people, they think, oh, I have an idea for this amazing product. Everybody's going to buy it. Everybody's going to love it. You need to prove the concept first. If you can get a couple of sales for a product that is basically an original or that one fits all, then it's going to be really hard to get that customizable one to work. So definitely the customizable one will sell more, will scale better, but try to test, even if it looks like from AliExpress, just try to test that particular product, see if you can get it to be profitable. And then once you get it to be profitable, then you can start to sell the customizable one for sure. That would be the best way to go about it, because you need that proof of concept of that first product. Now, let me know any questions you have. We're turning this into a Q&A because I actually showed the tool in just 15 minutes. So ask me absolutely any questions you want. I'm going to try to do one a week of these lives for any questions. Would you recommend running a PPE campaign before a conversion testing campaign to try to lower ad costs in the conversion campaign? So you're talking about Facebook ads. Should I run an engagement campaign in order to get social proof and engagement, and then run a conversion campaign? I used to do that a lot before. Just run engagement ads, get like 1,000 likes, and then run conversion. We've seen that it doesn't really generate the results that you're looking from that. Typically, running just straight to conversion is enough. You don't need to run that engagement campaign before you go into conversion. What we've seen is you start conversion, it starts to do really well, and then you can add engagement on top of that to increase the social proof and increase the sales and help that conversion campaign improve and sell more and profit more. So I don't really think that you should do the engagement first, then the conversion. It doesn't really make a huge difference. What does make a difference is conversion first. You get it to be profitable, at least selling, and then you run engagement to supplement that and to help it have more social proof so more people buy. That's definitely something that I would recommend you to do for sure. I wish to mainly focus on Facebook. What strategy should I be using to get things done profitably? Like I said, if you're going on one traffic source like Facebook, definitely still profitable. It's still possible to be profitable with Facebook because of the iOS update. Yes, things are harder, but it is still possible. And what's great about these platforms is when people go to one particular platform and they leave the original platform, let's say everybody's running TikTok ads, right? And they leave Facebook, the costs on Facebook go down. Sure, you can get banned. There's problems with it. We're actually working. I don't want to jinx it too much, but there's only 30 people watching. So we're working, and we're already starting to do that. We're working with a company that can supply Facebook ad accounts to us, and we can actually supply them to you. So we could give you a Facebook ad account from that company. Now, I don't want to jinx it too much. I don't want to talk about the details too much. We're already working with them and starting to run ads through one of their accounts. It's been a long, long process, but we finally did it. So if you are interested in using a Facebook ad account from us, then definitely book a call. That link in the description is there. We can talk more about it. You do need to have a minimum spend. You do need to spend like a certain amount per month. So it's not for anybody. So that's something that's definitely on the pipeline. We're working on it. And the best way to actually get profitable with Facebook ads, it does require a lot of testing. You do need to test a lot of products. And usually from the first 5 or 6 products that you test, typically one of them will do pretty well. So when you hear people saying you need to test more products, you need to test products, test those products, it's because it works. That's how it works. I was talking to one of my students from Italy, and she sells religious products. So she had about 12 products, 15 products tested. She spent quite a lot and didn't generate a profit. And she was actually working with an ads manager. And she told me, can you tell me what's going on here? I've tested a lot of products and none of them have worked. And we actually looked at the data. She didn't really engage with the program for a while. She came back. we looked at the data and we noticed one of the products made like 75% of the money that she had ever made. And that product was extremely profitable. And then we said, okay, let's run this product only and start profiting from this product and just run ads to this product. Fire your ads manager and run ads by yourself for that particular product. So sometimes we're sort of blinded by, I spent so much money on ads, or I've tested so much and it doesn't work, or I'm not profitable. But when you really look at the data, that's why you got to leave emotion out of business. I know emotion, it's always there. Like, no, I suck at ads, or why am I not getting results and these people are getting results? But you got to get rid of that and look at it objectively. And sometimes you'll find, oh, actually, I do have a profitable product. It just, I didn't pay too much attention to it. Or maybe I just need to keep testing to another product. And that's definitely something to consider. Isn't it better to get an agency ad account? An agency ad account can always be pulled away from you. These accounts are actually yours. You can own them. So when you have an agency ad account, the person that supplies you that account always owns that account, and they can just take it away from you if you decide to stop paying them or stop working with them, or they turn out to be a lunatic, and they can always take the account back. We're not going to work that way. We're actually going to just give you the account. What stage should you start using AI tracking for ads like Hyros, etc.? Will it help in the beginning, or just wait till we find a winner? I started using Hyros when I was making like 30K a month or so. And that's usually a good step. You shouldn't really use Hyros for the beginning, because in the beginning, it's true, there's tracking issues, but it doesn't justify the price of Hyros. Like, you're paying a lot of money for this tool, but you're not making any money. So it doesn't really make sense. So once you're making, I would say 30K a month revenue, 10K a month profit, definitely get Hyros. It's an amazing tool. It helps you track a lot better and scale a lot better, but you need to have a certain volume. And when you get on the call with them, like they do a call with you if you want to work with them, just like us, and they'll tell you that you need a certain minimum of revenue to work with them. Is it a good idea to sell $200 baby accessories products on Facebook? Should I focus on creating a branded store or a one product store? Definitely a branded store would be better. Typically niche stores, brand stores do a lot better than one product stores. One product stores are great, but I like them for scaling. If you have a branded store, a niche store, that is doing really well, and then you take one of those products and you sell it in a one product store to scale, that's definitely going to work really well because it's already worked in that niche store. But if you just test with a one product store, typically what you just end up having is that you create the one product store, you test that product, the product doesn't work, you need to create a whole new store and a whole new store again and again. And that takes a lot of time, a lot of energy. It ends up burning you out. So definitely not something that you want. Should I hire professionals to work on the Shopify website? Yeah. For example, in our mentorship program for people that are interested, there's a link in the description to book a call with us. And we actually built a team and provide that team to our students so they can build the stores for the students. And I highly recommend, if you have the budget for it. If you don't have the budget, don't hire a team to help you. That's probably the worst idea that you can think about if you don't have the budget to do it. If you have the budget to do it, but not the time, or you just don't think you can do it properly, definitely hire a team. Maybe hire a Shopify store builder. They can build you your store for $500, $1,000 and build you an amazing store. And from there, you can go and actually get sales from that store, not waste any time, not waste any money, and you can get it going. But you need to have that prior budget. How to increase speed score of my Shopify store? Great question. So there's a few ways to increase the speed. One is by removing videos and images that are high resolution from the store. Typically, when I see a store that is very slow and doesn't load quickly, there are a lot of videos on the store. There's a lot of GIFs, like 3 to 5 second videos on it. And it's just a lot of data, a lot of big images, high quality images. You want to remove those and remove as many as you can, obviously without making it look like a barren store. And if you still are not able to get that speed down, remove apps you don't use on the store. Typically, we have a lot of apps that we're not going to use or we're never planning to use. Remove them. And the last step would be hiring a Fiverr optimizer. So somebody on Fiverr, there's a lot of them. You can go on Fiverr, Fiverr, and look for Shopify store speed optimization or Shopify speed faster, Shopify speed optimizer, something like this. And you will find for maybe $50, they'll optimize the speed. And usually I've seen people go from 4-second loading time to 0.3 second loading time. Now, the problem with this, it's not sustainable. It won't last you a long time. You're going to have to hire them again after a couple of months. And it can mess up with the ads that you have on your store, with the apps sometimes. So the code that they basically put a code on the website that makes it load faster. That code sometimes messes up with apps like Vitals, like Lucky Orange. Many different apps that we recommend here on the channel, they mess up with that code, and that code messes up with the apps. So definitely something to consider. What would you consider the best split testing strategy for Facebook ads? The best split testing, I would say keep the product page one, test different ad texts, the ad copy. After you test the ad copies, video, thumbnail, everything in the ad creative level. Ad text, ad video, thumbnail, and then you start changing product description, product page, if the conversion rate is not good enough. So you want to just keep the page standard, keep it just like whatever you're running, one page, and you do the other test first, the ad creatives, the ad text, the ad thumbnail, and then you change the product description. If you see, for example, you have 100 clicks, no sales, something's going on there. You have 200 clicks, one sale, conversion rate really low, something's going on there. Let me start changing it. And that's how I would start and proceed. Tested a product that had a CTR of 2%, that's great, and a store conversion of 3.7%, that's great. But it was unprofitable because of high ad costs. Had a low quality ad ranking, move on or test with a better ad. Test with a better ad. If you're getting a CTR that's high, that means your audience is very interested. If you're getting a high conversion rate, your audience is resonating with your store and they're buying from you and they're trusting you. Your ad is just not good enough. If you fix that ad, you will be immensely profitable and be able to scale. A 3.7% conversion rate is amazing. And this is for Milos. Improve the actual ad, the video, the ad text, test different creatives, different split tests, and you will definitely be profitable with that campaign. Can you inform us about what you suggest as a testing campaign for a product 4 to 50, please? So if you're talking about Facebook ads or Google ads or anything, I would suggest about, if it's $40 or $50, you could start with $20 a day. Or if you have a little bit more budget, start with $40 a day. And you could do, for example, 4 audiences, $10 per day each, and in each audience 2 ads. So you're essentially testing 8 ads, but they're all 2, identical to, identical to, identical to. So basically it's 4 ads, but it's really 2 divided across 4 audiences. And that's how you test. And you run it for 1-2 days. You evaluate your results. And based on that result, then you continue forward. How to market on TikTok. I'm actually planning on creating a lot of TikTok videos. We have one of our students is doing extremely well, almost 6 figures with TikTok. I'm planning that. It's just, I don't really use the platform that much. So I can't say that, oh, I'm the biggest expert on TikTok, but I will bring in one of my students who is doing extremely well with it. So he's actually the one that's going to do a lot of the teaching here with that. If you're interested, let me know. And if you're interested in the mentorship program and having me as your mentor and helping you, our students are getting great results. All you have to do, click that link in the description, and we're really happy to talk to you. It's a free call. We're very happy to see if we can help you grow your business and get better results. So any other questions that you have, I do need to jump into a mentoring call with my mentorship program pretty soon. So I'll stay for about 5 more minutes. Just let me know any questions that you have for me. Gonna turn off the light here, see if it improves the light. Yeah, that's better. Is it better? Oh, I did miss your question. I'm sorry. Many products delivery times from AliExpress are almost 30 days. Do you recommend still use AliExpress or only find the products which can be shipped locally? No, you definitely don't want to use AliExpress. That's for sure for shipping, unless you can't find any other supplier and AliExpress is like the only one that has your product, then in that case, you want to use it. But usually you just want to use the companies that we recommend. I actually have, I'm going to post a link here, or I'm just going to share my screen so you can see it. We made I'm going to make a video about this, but I think it's this one. Yep, this one. Okay. So this is my private group, my private mentorship group I have used in the last 6 months, trying to check which one has worked the best for you. And a lot of students commented, and the best ones were eProlo, CJ Dropshipping, Source Inbox, about average, Source Inbox, CJ Dropshipping, eProlo, CJD, and Source Inbox, about WIO as a backup, eProlo and CJ. So you can see that it's Source Inbox, CJ, and eProlo have been the best for my students. And another student actually posted a survey to the best suppliers. And I'm making a whole video about this and explaining them in detail. And you can see the winners of this were CJ Dropshipping, eProlo, and Source Inbox. So these three are the ones that I would personally recommend, and I recommend them for my students. Do not use AliExpress. Does mentorship work if I'm ready to get started with $2,000? Yeah, for sure. Just book a call with us. Let's see if we can work together, if we're a good fit to work together, and we'll get you started for sure. Do you have a schedule for the live streams? I'm probably just going to do them once a week. I am quite busy, especially with the mentorship program and working on the videos for you guys on YouTube. So definitely, I will make as many as I can, probably one per week, as long as we keep people watching. Just let me know if you want these live streams, more of them. Just leave me a like down below, and I'm happy to do more of them. All right, we'll stay for one more minute. Let me know if you have any last questions for me. I'm able to help you. And if not, then you can book a call with us with that link in the description, or join the 5-day live training. I'm going to be live for 5 days straight in a private Facebook group, showing you everything that you need to learn about e-commerce, about finding products, about advertising, about creating your store, absolutely everything. Join the 5-day training. It's completely for free. The link is in the description of this training. So you're going to post it here if you don't know about the 5-day training. 5 days training. I'm really excited because last year I did a lot of 5 days training. People love it. And I stopped doing it for a while, and I'm going to bring it back. How to get a US number for US PayPal. Use Google Voice. Google Voice. Google it. Go to google.com and go to Google Voice. If it's not available in your country, and some countries not available, you can use Easy Call. Easy Call. And they're also pretty good. You can get a US phone number. It works. It's great. It's good to go. What's the best way for you to find winners? I'm using Minea, M-I-N-E-A, and Sell the Trend. Those have been the two tools that I'm using, Sell the Trend and Minea, and my product researcher. So I have a full-time product researcher that works with me, and I have actually 2 product researchers plus another assistant product researcher. We find a lot of products. Every single day we have like 10, 20 products that we find. So if you're not able to hire a product researcher or hire my team, for example, in my mentorship, then it would be using a tool like Sell the Trend or Minea. Those are the 2 that I personally use to find those products. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Leave me a like down below. I will see you on the next one, and I wish you a great weekend. Talk to you soon.